They redefined what rock music could be: moody, experimental, and deeply human. From garage beginnings to global acclaim, Radiohead has consistently pushed boundaries with sound and style. Curious what lies beneath their mysterious image? Let's dive into the facts. Their original name was On a Friday. Before becoming Radiohead, the band was called On a Friday, referencing the day they practiced after school. When they signed with EMI in 1991, the label requested a name change. They chose Radiohead, inspired by a Talking Heads song of the same name. Thom Yorke was born with a paralyzed eye. Frontman. Thom Yorke was born with a paralyzed left eye, which led to multiple surgeries throughout his childhood. This experience deeply affected him and would later influence both his lyrics and the band's themes of alienation and vulnerability. Creep was almost left off the album. Radiohead's breakout hit Creep was nearly excluded from their debut album Pablo Honey. The band thought it was too self-pitying, and it didn't initially perform well, until it unexpectedly gained traction on US college radio. They were accused of copying the Hollies. The chord progression in Creep was so similar to the Hollies' The Air That I Breathe that Radiohead gave songwriting credits to Albert Hammond and Mike Hazelwood. Despite the controversy, the song became a global hit. Radiohead hated being called a one-hit wonder. After Creep blew up, the band struggled with the one-hit wonder label. Determined to prove themselves, they leaned into more experimental music with albums like The Bends and OK Computer, distancing themselves from the sound of their first hit. OK Computer changed rock music forever. Released in 1997, OK Computer was a sonic leap for the band and is often considered one of the greatest albums of all time. With its themes of technology, isolation, and modern anxiety, it redefined what rock could sound like in the late 1990s. They turned down U2's tour invitation. In the late 90s, Radiohead declined an offer to open for U2, fearing it would distract them from their creative direction. The decision emphasized their desire to stay artistically independent, even at the cost of major exposure. Like the story? Subscribe and hit the like button to help me promote this video. Kid A shocked the world. When Kid A came out in 2000, it stunned fans and critics. There were no guitars, no singles, and almost no vocals on some tracks. Despite this, the album debuted at number 1. 1 in the US, proving that experimental music could be commercially successful. They invented a pay-what-you-want model. In 2007, Radiohead released In Rainbows as a pay-what-you-want digital download. It was a revolutionary move at the time and challenged traditional music industry models. Many fans paid full price, or more, just to support the band directly. Jonny Greenwood is a classically trained composer. Guitarist Jonny Greenwood is not only a rock musician but also an accomplished composer. He has scored several films, including There Will Be Blood, earning widespread critical acclaim and an Academy Award nomination. Thom Yorke is a solo and electronic artist. Outside Radiohead, Thom Yorke has released solo albums like The Eraser and formed experimental electronic groups like Atoms for Peace. His solo work explores darker, more abstract sonic landscapes. They've never released a greatest hits album. Radiohead has consistently rejected the idea of releasing a greatest hits collection, arguing that their albums are meant to be experienced as complete works. However, in 2008, their former label EMI released one without the band's approval. No Surprises was shot in a single take. The video for No Surprises features Thom Yorke singing underwater with a helmet filling up. It was shot in one uninterrupted take, with Yorke holding his breath for over a minute, creating an eerie and unforgettable visual moment. Their live shows are unpredictable. Radiohead is famous for changing their set lists every night, often playing rare or unreleased tracks. Fans never know what to expect, which makes every concert a unique experience. They turned down a knighthood. Thom Yorke reportedly declined a CBE Commander of the British Empire honor, stating that he didn't feel comfortable accepting it. The band has generally stayed away from official recognition, preferring to let their music speak for itself. Ed O'Brien formed his own band. Guitarist Ed O'Brien launched a solo project under the name EOB. and released his debut album Earth in 2020. His sound differs from Radiohead's, blending ambient textures with acoustic and electronic elements. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2019. Despite their mixed feelings about awards, Radiohead was officially inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2019. Some members, including Thom Yorke, didn't attend the ceremony, but the honor cemented their legacy as one of the most influential bands of their generation.